One of the things I wanted to talk to you about is something that's been frustrating a lot of homeowners, particularly people who either converted their owner-occupied property to a rental property and were hoping for a lot of appreciation. Now it's maybe not worth as much as it was a couple of years ago, or somebody that bought a rental property. And so this is something I've never seen anybody else really talk about, but at least the way I look at it is I like to think about neighborhoods in tiers. And so you've got the tier 1 neighborhood, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe on to 10. And what we saw back in 2021 and 2022 is a home that was perhaps in a tier 8 neighborhood was selling for about the same price as a home that was in a tier 4 neighborhood. And the reason for that is that a couple of reasons. One is that there were so few homes that were on the market that buyers didn't have a lot to choose from. The second is that a lot of people were buying homes sight unseen or were just coming here for a weekend, and they felt like they had to buy a house. Otherwise, if they didn't, that home would be worth $50,000. They'd have to pay $50,000 more for it. What we're finding now is that a lot of these buyers are instead renting a place and they're taking more time. And we're not selling homes to as many investors. So the investors don't typically care as much about some of the amenities that an owner-occupied buyer would care about. And what's happening because of that is that also because that buyer, they now have so many more homes in that tier 4 neighborhood that they can buy, that they're buying those homes. And the homes that are in that tier 8 neighborhood are back to selling like you would expect a home in a tier 8 neighborhood would sell for. And that's been really hard for a lot of these owners to accept. And so instead of selling the property when they really should have sold the home, they've kept it because they're waiting for that tier 8 neighborhood to sell like a tier 4 neighborhood again. And I really don't expect that we're ever going to see that happen again. And so if you do own a property like that, get in touch with me. Let's talk about what we're seeing, and I can give you a realistic assessment of what we expect is going to happen to some of these homes in some of these neighborhoods, because a lot of people have kept these properties and they've got all this equity in the home, and they could have sold the house and put it into the stock market or even a money market fund and would have made a lot more money over the past couple of years.